across on their own. But when I first started out in the black community in Chicago, I was offered a job at an organization. It was called the Jewish Council on Urban Affairs. It was headed by a white man named Milt Cohen, who recently died, and a white woman who is still active in Chicago named Jane Ramsey. I say that because every time we say a name in front of the hunkies who are here to report on what we say, tomorrow they will report to those people that their names were mentioned, and this is the type of tension we need to put on the enemy. You might not know all who they are, but they'll spend some time defending them tomorrow when we've called their names in front of you. So that will make the offense spend some time defending the things that they have come to offend us about. But what I found out was that the black community in Chicago was being watched. That the only way you could effectively pull off a Holocaust on a group of people in the now society is to try to watch the emergings of them, the organizing and coming together of them, the projection of values and strength by them. Those are the things that the enemy sticks his thermometer deep down into our tongues and up our butts to find out when it is and what it is they think they can pull off. In Chicago, I found this early warning system. It was funded by the United Way. So today I suggest to you, if you're gonna stop the black Holocaust, you're gonna have to stop the good hands of the United Way. I say that because, and listen, I'm going fast, so we don't have no time for applause. I bring the United Way up because it was the United Way that formed an early warning system, which is what the spy thing is called, an early warning system. Our eyes and ears, a listening post, these adjectives. And this early warning system had formed a coalition which was to monitor what was going on in the black community of Chicago. And they went out and empowered 25 organizations to be snitches against the wishes of black people. And even though the goal of this project was to monitor developing racial tension and to take advanced intervention when necessary, listen to the language, they only watched black people. But deep inside the early warning system, I saw people from the Urban League, I saw people from the NAACP, I saw Operation Push, I saw the United Church of Christ. I saw many people who I got slightly confused by because I didn't understand why any $18, $20, $30, $50, or $100,000 was worth a person crossing their own people unless they felt that their own people didn't know enough about how they did the damn spying to fear the people catching them. So I started off with a little 2-page document that started to describe how the Anti-Defamation League, and this is, I found them in '79. They got caught in 1992, but I caught them in '79. It just took a long time for the people to believe that Brother Coakley was as credible as the district attorney in San Francisco. And each and every one of these brothers up there, I saw huge extensive profiles of Dr. Collett in that 900-page document that the white district attorney of San Francisco had to turn in to a black judge, to get the right to raid their offices. And when they asked them to raid the offices in Los Angeles to find where this information was duplicated and located, the black police chief wouldn't assume his own authority and transact the raid. They had to call in police from another district because the black man didn't want to defend the names that he saw in the list. And even though there were some whites in there were names of black people like those up here who wasn't worth him going to defend. Reason I say that is that we're pretty mad at the white guy, but the white guy we might not see to the last moment. In fact, I had this dream, this fantasy. We got Rockefeller over here, we got Oppenheimer over here, we got Rothschilds over there, and we got the noose right here. And the crimes that had been read out before the people. And I know it was a little white guy here from Australia. He said, "You Steve Coakley?" I said, "No, he went that way." But I turned to the brothers in the back I was talking to and I said, "You see, that guy, he come over here from Australia because the reason he want to know is that his godfather is Harry, Ernest, and what's the other Oppenheimer? Harry Jr. Those are his godfathers. So when we stand up and say that the man who helped today enslave New Zealand and enslave Australia and enslave all of Africa is led by the Oppenheimer family, yes, they will come from the BBC and the CBC and the Australian news to hear that the names of the hunkies who have hidden for so long are now on the street in DC. They're on the street in LA. They're on the street in Kansas City and Detroit, and the little people have decided that the big ones are not gonna make it.